You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better, This opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
All right, boys, welcome back to another Dodson's Corner video. Today, we're talking about why Alex Pereira versus Khalil Rountree will not be close in the slightest.
I just thought about it now. We made this video a month ago for Sean O'Malley versus Marab. If we are cursing Pereira,
it's a Dodson's curse, baby.
Oh, we could make mad money on this, though.
Yeah, I'm betting against our predictions.
Honestly, it's probably the best bet. Whatever we say, we're not giving you gambling advice. We would never encourage you to gamble, but
do it. Go to the casino.
Go against us.
Take out your kids' college fund. Go to the casino. Bet the house on Khalil Rountree.
In the main event of UFC 307, Salt Lake City, we have Alex Pereira, the current champion, the pound for pound number 2, who's 4-0 in light heavyweight, 8-1 inside the UFC, taking on number 8 ranked Khalil Rountree, who's 9-6 in the UFC, but has been on a 5-fight win streak.
This is a deceiving statistic. The 5-fight win streak and the 4-fight win streak of Pereira and Khalil Rountree are completely different caliber fighters. We've mentioned it before, but I really want to highlight Khalil Rountree's last win, his last big win, was against Anthony Smith. And he was fighting up in the rankings against Smith, who was a big test for him. Okay, but now we've seen the level that Smith is at, fighting Roman Dolidze on short notice, losing in just a disgusting fashion. That was a disgusting MMA fight, okay? I'm sorry. I don't mean to hate on any fighters, but that was a poor show of skills, and it was a waste of my time. So Pereira, on the other hand, he's beaten Yuri Prohaska twice, both by KO. He's beaten Jamal Hill in the first round by KO. Controversial, maybe, but he was going to get the job done no matter what. He's also beaten Izzy Adesanya, former champion, Sean Strickland, former champion, Jan Blachowicz, by, again, a close decision, but he still won against a grappler. Looking at those two resumes, there should be no question in anyone's mind who's going to win. But for some reason, I still see this narrative that Khalil Rountree is an absolute killer.
Yeah, I think we have to look at it as before Rountree started this win streak, he was 4-5. So the guys he was fighting at the beginning of this win streak are like early prelims of fight nights. Like, you know, he was a bottom feeder.
And while both fighters are powerful strikers, there's no denying that. Both of these guys have huge power in their hands. This is going to be the biggest step up in Rountree's career, and he didn't even dominate Anthony Smith. I went back and watched that fight, and I watched all 3 rounds. It was close in the majority of those rounds. Sure, you might say he was winning the first 2 and finished him in the third, but it's not like Anthony Smith didn't land anything. He was landing big punches on Khalil. Khalil Rountree looked good in that fight, but like we've been saying, if you put Khalil Rountree against Anthony Smith and then you put Pereira versus Anthony Smith, the levels that are going to be shown is just not even close.
And we have to look at the striking and the power of Alex Pereira. It truly only takes one with Pereira, and we have seen that time after time after time. And Lucas, you were telling me this statistic about the amount of strikes that Khalil Rountree eats.
So he has 4.18 strikes per minute absorbed, Khalil Rountree, but his landed is only 3.84 per minute. So that is a pretty damning statistic for Khalil Rountree going into this fight. If you watch his fights, he goes over the top with big shots trying to land a power punch, and it leaves him open and off balance for a massive left hook.
Oh, and that's Pereira. Oh, man.
Yeah. So if I had to predict, I think Pereira's it's actually probably going to be quite similar to the Jamal Hill fight, but Khalil Rountree has a bit better footwork, in my opinion, than Khalil Rountree. So he's going to be moving on the outside. Look, Khalil Rountree likes to move backwards as well. He lets Anthony Smith push him backwards. Do you understand how bad that is if you're Khalil Rountree going against Pereira? He needs to push the pace forward. We've seen this against Izzy and Pereira. If you can push Pereira forward, that's when you win. If you let Pereira push you forward against the cage, he's measuring and looking for that shot against the cage. That's how he's won so many times.
It's really interesting for the UFC to come out here and book this fight for such a big step up for your number one guy. And it's just still time after time, we're a week away now and it's still just so confusing. And maybe they're just like searching for another viral KO. Next train of thought is, Lucas, what if Pereira decides to take this fight to the ground? Well, Pereira only has 1 career takedown and Rountree has 0. Could Pereira take this fight to the ground and prove a point to the UFC and to Ankalaev that he's not scared and that he could compete on the ground?
On paper, no Anthony Smith, this fight should stay on the feet. But if Pereira wants to go out there and prove something against Khalil Rountree, who maybe isn't a high-level opponent grappling-wise like Yuri Prohaska is, we saw Yuri Prohaska submit Glover Teixeira, which is just insane to think about it. So I don't think that Pereira is going to risk going to the ground against someone like Yuri, but someone like Khalil Rountree, who there's no way he would expect Pereira to take him to the ground.
And has arguably 0 ground game, probably not working on this at all.
No, he might be working on takedown defense and in the clinch, but to think of, he trains in Thailand, right? He trains with Muay Thai people and they have no ground game there. And so it's just a kind of a product of how these people train. If we see Alex Pereira go out there and maybe land a takedown, maybe for fun, I think that shows the levels, kind of like what we saw with Dustin Poirier versus Benoit Saint-Denis. Dustin Poirier is not going to shoot guillotines on Islam Makhachev as a joke, right? I think that's the type of level that we're seeing.
Imagine right out of the gate, Pereira immediately take down, subs him in like a minute.
Rugby tackle. That'd be crazy.
Dude, imagine you're a fighter like ready for this. Like, you're waiting for Pereira to like do his little like the slow burn and then just charges at you full speed.
That might be even more terrifying.
That is like a grizzly bear running at you.
The main thing I'm excited for in this fight is the stare down. That's going to last longer than the fight itself. Bold prediction. That's my bold prediction. I'm going to claim that right now. We do predictions on this channel. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you're subscribed for 307. But my crazy prediction for this fight is going to be that the stare down lasts longer than the main fight.
That's crazy. Like, dude, where we watch this, dudes have the timer. Come on.
So the stare down versus Yuri Prohaska in their second fight lasted 4 minutes and 55 seconds, which is almost a full round.
So almost as long as the fight.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Those are our thoughts on the UFC 307 main event. Make sure you guys go into the comments and let us know who you think's going to win this fight. Does Rountree actually have a chance?
Surely not.
Anyways, we will see you guys next time. Peace.
See ya.